It is a great day to be alive in Pittsburgh, PA. Good morning, friends. Yinzers, countryman, Kaboom with his new glasses. Look, they're all shiny and reflective. He's pissed already. This is another edition of Kaboly+Mack. You can't fix it. We're just going to see the reflection in your glasses. I hope you're cool with that. You all right? You want to sort yourself out over there?
I have to pull out the old glasses. The old they're like, do you want the reflection part of this? I'm like, I ain't paying for that. Now I know why.
Yeah, anti-reflection is important. You cheap dot on the new specs.
I hate that because then I can't clean it. Maybe we'll just go.
You gonna go? Are you gonna be? You know what? This might be better because if you can't see what's happening on Twitter or in your email and text messages during the show, you might actually pay attention to what I'm saying.
I never pay attention to what you're saying.
Follow us on social media, X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of them, at Kaboly+Mack. And, of course, subscribe on YouTube as well so you don't miss anything because we are solidly, as of now, in the offseason for 30 of 32 teams. Obviously, there's one more game Sunday night. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Thursday night NFL Honors show that left some people underwhelmed. I didn't watch a second of it, so I wasn't disappointed in any of it. People making the rounds at Radio Row, doing all the media stuff out there in San Francisco, getting ready for the Super Bowl on Sunday, and some interesting things were said. A lot to get to today. Some ridiculous rumors, some ridiculous voting. First, I want to start with this. I did not watch any of the NFL Honors because I was busy watching these boys win another one going into the Olympic break, the Penguinos.
Yay.
Avery Hayes, a couple of goals in his NHL debut. The kid, Ben Kindle, scored again. And they go into the Olympic break solidly in second place in the Metro Division, Kaboom. You wanted them to tank.
No, they'll do that out. You know what? You can see the built-in excuse coming, right?
What built-in excuse?
Well, they had 2 weeks off because of this and lost all their momentum because of the Olympic break.
I don't think no. I think you're being unduly pessimistic. I don't think that's necessary.
Plus, they just played Buffalo, maybe a worse organization than the Pirates.
You know what? The Sabres have actually been playing really well lately, though. So,
but those
mock if you want. Mock if you want. Look, don't even get me started.
I'd rather mock the Buccos.
We can do that later, maybe. But yeah, the Olympic break is coming up, and I saw Josh Yohe's story this morning. Our friend Josh Yohe, mutual pal, talking about Craig Patrick. That's finally public. Craig suffered a stroke a few weeks back. Obviously, the architect of the early 90s Penn's Cup teams. His final draft was the drafting of Sidney Crosby, but he stayed very involved with the organization over the last 2 decades, providing counsel and advice for Kyle Dubas as he has stepped into the role. And obviously his role with the 1980 Olympic team, the last American men's hockey team to win a gold medal. So we wish the best to Craig in his recovery. If there's a guy that you could replace the skating Penguins crest with on the center of the sweater, it would be Craig Patrick. He's been that important to the organization over the last 35, 40 years. So we wish him well. Just wanted to say that.
I never met the individual, but obviously you know of him and what he meant to not only Penguin hockey, I mean USA hockey, and all through the hockey in general.
Through the hockey in general.
Hopefully he recovers and everything's fine.
Yeah, because, again, he's been a really important part of the organization, and just wanted to send some best wishes out to Craig with the Olympics getting started, like I said, an added emphasis on, I think the Americans start on Thursday, their first game. A couple games start on Wednesday. I know you'll be locked in on Olympic hockey, right? Or are you one of those mooks that'll wake up early to watch curling?
No, I really don't watch any Olympics.
Come on, man. Nothing? A little bobsled action.
Back in my youth, I used to like the old bobsled. And when you're a kid, you'd make your own little bobsled.
Yeah.
From your like Matchbox cars and stuff.
Yeah. Or you get the old toboggan and go flying down a hill and pretend like you're in the Olympic bobsled.
Don't tell me if you walk into the old family room and the wife got ice dancing on, you're like, oh, that's American.
No, I will not be watching any ice dancing or figure skating. That doesn't really do it for me.
Speed skating to look at. No, that's pretty interesting.
The hockey is going to be great timing because it's going to be on in the mornings and, late afternoons. So choice viewing windows for Olympic hockey over the next couple of weeks.
People who have 9-to-5 jobs, huh?
Yeah, well, listen, how many people don't have a second device propped up next to their laptop, watching a little something anyway. I did want to mention, since we're talking about Pittsburgh legends, Jerry Dulac tweeted it out last night. I saw you reposted it. I saw it this morning as well. Like I said, I didn't watch the NFL Honors Show at all, but they do a big in memoriam segment, right? Remembering all the people around the world of the NFL who've been lost in the last year. And a massive error of omission by them, not including a guy who loved football as much as anyone we knew in Craig Wolfley. Just a massive whiff by the league that they need to make up for somehow.
When I'm watching this, and I do this every year, I think, man, this is sad, number one.
Yeah.
They play the old sad music or whatever. This is neat because a lot of people you don't know pass on, and you at least like to, remember them in a good light. And number three is, I'm like, they always have to miss somebody. I mean, this has to be an awful job because Wolf wasn't the only one that they missed. There was somebody else out there. You remember a couple years ago when their wide receiver coach died, Daryl, whatever, I can't remember.
Yes, Daryl Drake.
Totally forgot him too. Didn't put him on there whatsoever. So that is you almost have to have somebody assigned to that year,
Yeah, that's got to be their job year round, keeping the list up to date. Yeah.
Because you're going to do that. And what are you going to do? You're going to say sorry? I mean, not only is Wolf a player of 13 years, but he was
a broadcaster
in the league
25
for another 30 after that.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
But, I said it this morning. I hope now. Look, you can't, like you said, you can't just say, "Oops, sorry." But what I'd like to see them do, they get a little bit of a do-over, maybe because the draft is here in 2 months, and recognize Wolf during the draft. That would make a ton of sense with it being here, especially a little bit of a makeup maybe by the NFL, but just terrible that they screwed up and whiffed on that last night. I know you were underwhelmed with the Hall of Fame class.
I'm always underwhelmed with the Hall of Fame class. I mean, next year maybe an exception to the rule.
Well, I would save that because I want to get into that in a couple minutes. Some of the people that are
rough,
eligible.
I mean, we're talking
Larry
about
Fitzgerald and Drew Brees. Yes. You can't argue with. Those are givens.
You got the guy that's thrown for 70,000 yards or whatever, has a Super Bowl. You have Larry Fitz as Larry Fitz. But after that, I mean, I was young when the Roger Craig era was there, and he was impressive at that time. But if we're going to play that game, when it comes to all the people he was in that category with, the LC Greenwoods. I mean,
the Veterans Committee guys,
the coaches or whatever. I don't know if Roger Craig would have been my number one pick right there, even though he was a 1,000 guy, maybe one of the first ones.
I think he was the first 1,000 guy. I still remember the football card I had. I remember I had one year they made special cards for all the 1,000-yard receivers and rushers, and there was a extra special one for Roger Craig because, like you said, he had both in the same season. And I remember back then, I mean, we're talking mid-'80s. Like, I was just astounded at a running back having 1,000 yards receiving. It was just otherworldly. And it's still a hell of an accomplishment. But he was a part of 4 Super Bowl.
And he was. I mean, West Coast offense surely helped that and who he played with. John Taylors and Jerry Rices and Joe Montanas and of the world and Bill Walsh. So that sure helped a lot. But I don't know if I put him in that list. Who else? Kuechly, a little bit too young.
I'm
not a big fan of short careers getting in.
Same, and it feels like this opens.
Davis's and the Tony Baselli's short but great. I'm not a big fan of that.
So here's the thing. I think this probably inadvertently opens the door, and maybe some people did it on purpose. I don't know. Everybody votes differently, and we'll get into voting and how some people vote stupidly on different things in a couple minutes. But Kuechly feels like one of those ones where people wanted to not only acknowledge the career that he had, albeit brief, like he was very good. One of the best, if not the best inside linebacker in the game during his very brief window in the league. But I think some people may have wanted to make a statement about, hey, you don't have to play a long time if you're trying to save your health. You have 5 good years, you may be Hall of Fame worthy. I don't think it's right, but I think that may have been the thinking by some.
Yeah, especially, you had some good candidates, too, that you could have chose instead of him. So that's a questionable one. But, they go through a process, and it's just not like one guy voting them. So it has to be a majority decision, or at least the guys that gets the top votes.
Yeah.
I know you're. And who else?
Vinatieri. You don't think any kickers should be in the Hall of Fame?
If there's one kicker that you can make an exception for, it'd be Vinatieri, but I would not put him in right now, which is his second year of eligibility.
I'm not sure.
I don't even know if his field goal percentage was very great, but he just made the biggest kicks in the biggest times.
That's what it is.
And he has all the Super Bowl rings, right? So
a part of some legendary moments.
I can see why, but if there's a choice between a guy that's plays 6 snaps a game and a guy that plays 60 snaps a game, I'm probably going to lean towards the guy that plays more.
Fair. I just think you can't completely eliminate kickers. Like, kickers still score the bulk of the points in the league, like it or not. Like, if Chris Boswell got a Super Bowl ring someday and got voted into the Hall of Fame, if the rest of his career played out like it has to this point, I don't think I'd have a problem with that. He's been really important.
I'm just trying to look this up right now where he is.
Boz?
No. Vinatieri. Jeez, I can't even find him.
What are you looking for? What number?
Field goal percentage.
Field goal percentage is even
39th in the league all time.
Yeah, that's tough. How many of those guys ahead of him? How many of those guys ahead of him, though, have played in the last 10 years, though?
Plus, he played freaking 25 years.
Right.
Unlike a guy like, who's ahead of him, Dan Carpenter and, Matt Gay.
Right, guys who kicked mostly indoors.
Bats.
Yeah.
Let's face it, the majority of them are still active.
That's what I mean. Like, as field goal kickers get more and more accurate, I think those numbers get skewed. I don't have a problem with Vinatieri in the Hall of Fame. The one
Cameron Dicker, I know he's only been in the league 3 years.
Kicker to kicker. He's
pushing 94% completion. Field goal percentage. It's unbelievable.
It's really good. Yeah.
94% of his kicks are good.
Yeah. The only one that I was kind of like, what about that, was Kuechly. Again, like you said, because of just the brief nature.
I don't even know who this guy is. Riley Patterson? He's 8th on the list?
I've heard the name. Who does he play for? I don't even know.
Played for 6 different teams.
How many field goals has he attempted? Is that why his percentage is so high?
Detroit, Jacksonville, Cleveland, Jets, Atlanta, and Miami.
Is he like 9 for 10 lifetime, and that's why his percentage is so high?
Let me look. That's unbelievable. Career, 90 for 103.
Oh, wow. Kicked a lot of footballs.
Teams.
Yeah. As for the awards, I don't really care. I'll be honest. I didn't place any bets on any awards. Don't really necessarily care all that much. Myles Garrett was the runaway defensive player of the year. He broke the sack record. Okay. Jackson Smith and Jigba won offensive rookie of the year, even if Drewski absolutely butchered his name.
You think he did that on purpose, Drewski?
Probably.
Because there were some interesting gets. The Goodell being the DJ was just weird.
What?
Roger Goodell acted
like I said, I didn't watch a second of it. I've only seen a couple clips this morning.
And what's his name? The comedian, the bald-headed comedian.
That narrows.
He's funny, but he wasn't really that funny there.
That doesn't help at all.
The roast master himself.
Oh, Jeff Ross.
Yes, I mean, he's a funny guy, but I don't know if it came across. It was just the whole thing was just strange. But the awards were the awards, you know.
The MVP went to Matt Stafford, who got just a couple more first place votes than Drake May. One more first place vote than Drake May. And everybody, because Patriots fans have to act like they've been personally attacked when their guy doesn't win something, everybody was up in arms because one first place vote went to Justin Herbert. Herbert, your favorite, Kaboom. And we found out after the fact it was Sam Munson of Pro Football Focus who voted for Herbert.
He doesn't even work for them anymore.
He doesn't.
No, he has his own little. He's with that 33rd team, I believe.
Okay, so here nor there, Sam Munson was the guy.
Parts don't smell. I mean, what are we doing here? If you want to make the point that maybe Stafford or May doesn't deserve it, go with Josh Allen. We're talking about, well, if he had an offensive line, he would be good. You know what? Aaron Rodgers would have been really good if you had like Justin Jefferson and Garrett Wilson and, Bijan Robb. What are we talking about? I mean, just because he had a couple injured offensive linemen that he deserved to have an MVP vote because of that? Strange.
I think I went back and looked at some of Herbert's game-by-game stats. I mean, there was a week where he passed for like 90 yards, I think. It's just, I think, like you said, Sam thinks he's smarter than everybody else and wanted to try and prove it by voting for Herbert first overall. I don't think you blame him for May not winning. I mean, there was lots of reasons that Matt Stafford could have and should have and did win the MVP over Drake May. But Justin Herbert first overall in MVP voting is a choice. That is a look at me decision right there.
Not only that, it was like, hey, it was me. So now I get 5 million impressions or whatever the hell it's called. It wasn't even like, I wonder who it was. Let's go find. No, hey, it was me. I'm the one that voted for him as MVP of the league. The team that was just, what were they, a 6 seed?
6 or 7.
Man, they're just, I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
If you're going to vote, vote, like I said, vote Josh Allen then. Don't do any vote. I don't know. Don't vote for Justin Herbert as MVP, even if he lost his entire offensive line.
Kaboly out here telling people not to vote. Thanks to Impact HVAC.
It makes everybody who votes look bad. Like, oh, you think they're going to say, well, 49 voters did the right thing. No, they're going to say, who's this one clown? So it makes us all look like idiots.
Well, I mean, some Ians maybe. Impact HVAC has been taking care of people during this wicked spell of bad winter weather, including our friend Mark Kaboly. They've been over his house like 3 times in the past week trying to get his furnace right. They can take care of you too. Message them on Facebook at Impact HVAC PGH or give them a call at 412-297-1852. You don't want to be cold on days like these. There's what do they call it? A freeze advisory or something where your pipes could burst. We found out about that firsthand in our house. Maybe it wasn't because of the weather. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The weather sucks. You don't want to be cold. Call Impact if you need your furnace taken care of. Did they get you squared away?
Well, you see, first of all, my furnace is too small for the house.
Oh, geez.
So, and second of all, it just kept filling up with water and some blower. And apparently maybe the pitch on the whatever pipe was off, so they fixed that. And if that does not,
this sounds like a
new furnace coming in here.
This sounds like a bunch of shit that's way above our heads and way above our pay grade. Why you have professionals?
They're like, bing, bing, bing. This is it. Okay, oh, whatever.
That's why you got
now I got to find somebody who can fix my gas leak.
Oh, Jesus. Well, if you got a furnace problem, call Impact. They'll take care of you.
Oh, right there, man. Right there. And he's expecting those Aldine tickets, so get on that.
Well, you better find him some then.
Maybe I'll go talk to SPAC. He'll hook me up.
I'm sure. So lots of people associated with the Steelers making the rounds on Radio Row out in the Bay Area, including Cam Hayward, who was on the Jim Rome show the other day.
I don't want to play anywhere else. That is, a very special place in my heart. But you always have to think about what can happen. That's just, being prepared for every opportunity, being prepared that, the Pittsburgh Steelers might not want me to be on their team next year. That's just the way you have to look at it. You have to be able to, deal with change.
So let's start there, Kaboom. Do the Steelers want Cam back?
I'd rather start with the sweater. He looked like he's part of the Lambda. Did you see that?
I don't want to play
hold on. Lambda. Why you gotta hate on Cam's sweater game? Why are you doing that?
Revenge of the Nerds when they all start walking out, they're and they all went like this. They were wearing something very similar to that.
Oh man. So do they want him back? Let's start there.
They better. They should. I don't know for a fact, but let's put it this way. If he gotten this far at 37 years old, or soon to be 37 here, still playing at a high level, they already know they want him to be that one helmet guy. Why wouldn't you want him back? It's just a matter of,
is he going to make us think about how much they're paying him again?
He should.
Why?
Why?
He made us think about it last summer, and he didn't hit any of those incentives.
Oh, but you don't think he played very well?
I didn't say that.
What I'm saying is I think what you need to do is add some cash onto that. They're not going to do that. Add an extra year, make it a team option or something like that, just to push this year's number up a little bit, because he's still very important to this defense, very important of even a transition period with Harm and even Benton. They got the money. I mean, I would definitely bring him in. He pretty much, his agent probably saw that interview and said, "Don't say that. I want to be with the Steelers."
Well,
what leverage do I have?
I think if you're Cam's agent, you also understand that if Cam really doesn't want to play anywhere else, there's two options on the board. It's play for the Steelers or retire. Like, if you're really serious about that, and I have no reason to believe that he isn't, then it's play for the Steelers under what conditions they present you. I don't think they're going to be wildly disrespectful to him and be like, Cam, play for the veteran minimum. But I do think, like, you can't sign a deal or agree to come back for another year, a restructured deal with the extra void year on the end or whatever, however the hell they structure it, and then cry about it in August when you look back and say, maybe I overplayed my hand and I should ask for a few more bucks. Like, if you really want to, jump on board and let's go. Let's get moving. Otherwise, the old Chuck Nollism, get on with your life's work. He's going to be in media soon enough.
Do you know there's about 20 interior defensive linemen that make $20 million a year?
Okay.
They're not all 37 years old. I understand that.
Right.
But the production is still there. Maybe not, in terms of physical, you could see it and say, hey, he had this many sacks, this many tackles. But if you watched him play, you know how well he played last year. So I think the stats are a little bit different when it comes to him. You're looking at most of those people are only 31, 32 years old. Hayward's getting paid 14 and a half. In reality, he's grossly underpaid if you just look at his production and what he means to the team. I understand you have to take that age into account, but he probably should be getting paid at minimum $20 million a year.
Okay, but this comes back around on the same argument we had 6 months ago when he was angling for more money. When you paint yourself into a corner of, I only want to play here, and you acknowledge that publicly, and everyone knows the only other options are on the board. If you really don't want to play anywhere else, the only other option on the board is retirement. The team does not owe it to you, especially at 37 years old, to overpay you.
Yeah. But you would hope that they're past that point right now of playing games, right? Okay, I'm not going to say, well, I might go somewhere else. When you know you don't really mean it, and you really know that the organization don't want you to go anywhere else. I think they're civilized enough being together for 16 years that they can pretty know which each one they're thinking. But I mean, he's right in the degree where you don't know if Patrick Graham wants him. You don't know if Dominic Pecco wants him. I would imagine he does. You don't know if
we go by what Mike McCarthy said during his introductory press conference, it doesn't sound like he's interested in making a vast amount of changes to the defensive side of the ball.
Yes. I mean, but that was before the defensive coordinator was in place. But even when you get to that point, you probably realize it's probably not Mike McCarthy's decision. It's probably not the defensive coordinator's decision. We know whose decision it is. The guy that sits on top of the old tree, baby. The guy that runs the whole shebang. Art says you're playing. You're not cutting him. You're not trading him. He's playing. And I can't see Art saying, whatever you want to do, Mike, it's fine with me. He would probably step in right there and say, no. This guy's staying, in my opinion.
As long as Cam doesn't go the way he did last August and make it a big deal about exactly how much he's getting paid, then I think everyone can agree that.
Did he even mention anything to Rome about money? I don't think so.
No, he didn't. And I think that's part of the problem is if he gets into training camp and he's like, man, am I really getting paid what I should be worth? And he looks at the numbers that you just out. There's 10 guys that are making $20 million a year, and I'm probably better than 2/3 of them, and da-da-da-da-da. Then, you start to get in your feels a little bit. Your ego gets a little bruised. I'm just saying at this point in his career, even if he's playing well, you got to kind of push past that, brother. Like you got to look at it and say, hey, if I really want to be the one helmet guy and I really want to finish my career here, I don't want to call it a hometown discount, but you might have to take a little less. It's more like a 37-year-old discount. Like you take it's like they tell kids in preschool all the time. You get what you get and you don't get upset. They're not going to disrespect them by paying them, $1 million. They're going to take care of them.
He last year there was no mention about money until about July or August.
It was like 2 weeks before the regular season.
It was like, well, this ain't going nowhere, so let's try a different angle. Let's hope that he learned from his mistakes last year.
Hope
that you don't want to be in Pittsburgh and complain about money.
No. You mentioned Patrick Graham. Maybe he has something to say about that, or a little input anyway. What's the state of the coaching staff? I can't keep up with it anymore. I know there's still technically not a tight ends coach, right? What else has happened? They hired the new outside linebackers coach. I don't know if that's official yet or not. Catch us up to speed on that, please, because I can't keep track of all of it.
Yeah, pretty much everybody's in place except the tight end coach. I'm sure they probably could add another defensive, offensive assistant, quality control, but they're going to be up to around 20 or so, 20, I believe, true assistant coaches, not including, the strength and conditioning guys and all that stuff. It's going to be the biggest staff in Steelers organization's history.
Big Mike's going to have a big old staff, baby.
Yeah, I mean, and they're all intertwined. A lot of them are intertwined of being able to do multiple things. Like I said, offensive coordinator can coach the tight ends. The running back coach can have some offensive line experience, vice versa. Then you got a bunch of offensive assistants, defensive assistants. You got Joe Witt, which might not have been the greatest defensive coordinator in the world, but I'm sure he's smart enough to be able to throw out some ideas. But it's. I know somebody mentioned about the tight end coach. Only thing I could say is they're pretty much waiting for somebody to potentially come free. Not come free, because I'm not going to say that, because that would indicate I'm saying Seattle or New England. That's not the case. It's just sometimes lateral moves potentially take some working. So
okay. So maybe somebody.
If they can't do that, then they'll have to pivot to something else. But I think they're waiting for a certain guy to, I don't know, not pry him away, allow the other team to let him go.
Okay, so maybe some sort of minor move to bring in a tight ends coach. But for the most part, the staff is filled out. It's going to be one of the bigger ones, if not the biggest in Steelers history. Mm-hmm. And McCarthy's bringing in, people have faulted him, like we talked about the other day, for bringing in guys that he has connections to. But he has brought in guys that he doesn't necessarily have deep connections to also.
I think that's a really overblown thought of he bringing in people he knows. No crap. If I'm starting a business, I'm bringing in people I've trusted and worked with. You know what? I bet you there's a lot of people he worked with that he didn't bring in because he's like, I don't know if this fits. What about Al Harris, huh? He seemed like a perfect guy to come here. Why didn't he bring him in? So there's many of people that, of course, he has backgrounds with a lot of them, but the backgrounds of people he likes or wants to fit in here as well. And I think the combination of youth and experience is pretty fascinating too.
Yeah, with Pecco, with Evans, with Simmons, the outside linebackers coach. What's his name again? I want to hear you try to say it.
I ain't saying Ayololo.
I don't think that's even close.
Texas Tech guy. Then the guy from Montana State is probably going to be the assistant. He's probably going to be a quality control guy. Signetti comes in with some quarterback experience. McCurley's not been around a ton, I guess.
It's CJ Ayo, I believe is how it's
said. Yeah, so there's a lot of youth in – and, to be honest with you, it's exactly – if you go back and look at the McCarthy – press conference, news conference, introductory, he pretty much laid it out. I mean, I hope this doesn't change because he actually said something and it wasn't a lie. Everything he said that he was going to do so far, youth, fit together, all this stuff. It's like, yeah, you did do what you said you were doing.
It feels like a shot at the old boss.
Oh, the old boss would lie to your face and just not even blink.
One of his buddies had something to say. I want to play it in just a second. Real quick. Wide receiver obviously is a place they need to upgrade. I know you wrote like a player-by-player breakdown of who could come, who could go today. You just posted it. You were late to the show because you were busy posting it. You think Calvin Austin is gone, gets a deal somewhere else, which thins out the wide receiving herd even more. It's DK, it's Roman Wilson, and who? The two.
Benny Skowronek. Come on.
Sorry, Benny Sko. Didn't mean to disrespect a Pro Bowler like that.
Scotty Miller. I can't see him coming back. Valdez-Scantling, no. So it's gonna be an overhaul, man.
I was gonna say the question is, who's the other guy? Who's the number two if DK's the number one?
Free agent.
Free agent.
Go look at a free agent.
A draft pick.
Free agent and a draft pick. How about that?
Okay. Who are the free agents that make sense?
Alec Pierce, one that jumps off the board to me real quickly.
Okay. We went over how the market may be overheated on him, though, and he might end up getting overpaid. Rashid Shaheed, we mentioned the other day. Obviously, he's got a game on Sunday night. But there's names out there. But I know a lot of people. Why have people been on social media anyway, kicking up this Jordan Addison thing? What?
Who's they're putting two and two together, right? A Pitt guy who was coached by the offensive coordinator.
So is that all it is?
I haven't heard any. I when you mentioned it, I didn't even hear. I thought people were just being idiots. Is there?
They may be. I don't know.
Is there an actual report?
No actual report that I've seen, except people making mock-ups of Jordan Addison, photoshops of him in a Steelers jersey.
Addisonburg, already a Twitter name?
Probably.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I think a lot of time this year, people just try to read the tea leaves and that's where the Kyler Murray stuff I believe came from. Well, Mike McCarthy once said something nice about Kyler Murray. Great. I mean, he wants him as his quarterback here.
Well, it's that season where with a month to go until free agency or so, we'll get plenty of silly rumors. I think a draft pick makes the most choice. That first round pick should go towards a wide receiver.
It should until you get the 21st overall and nobody's there, then you're like, well, then what do you do?
That's a possibility.
That's the problem. You know what I did notice is, man, they got a lot of people they got to make decisions on if they're going to extend them or let them, so to speak, walk, which is in the final year of their deal.
Darnell at the top of the list.
6 of them, right?
Okay. Who else? Darnell?
Keanu.
Okay.
Broderick.
Well, yeah.
Herbig.
That's a no-brainer. You extend him.
Who else am I missing here? I just wrote it, and I can't remember what the hell I wrote.
Good job by you. Should I look it up for you?
I can look it up. Spencer Anderson, no. And Corey Trice, no.
No.
But Washington, Herbig, Benton.
Washington and Herbig are no.
Joey Porter, for God's sakes. And Boswell.
Well, those are all no-brainers. Those are guys you extend.
But there's like 7 of them. There's 7 no-brainers then.
I'm talking about the 4 names that you mentioned. Washington, Porter, Herbig, Boswell. Bang. Okay. Get it done. No questions asked. The rest are kind of like, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Including Broderick.
Ben's 23? I don't know if you want to let him go. I mean, Broderick, you let that play out this year and you see what happens next year.
I liked what I saw from Benton a lot more later in the season.
He's so young. You know, is he a Javon Hargrave waiting to happen?
Maybe. I still can't get over the fact that they let Hargrave walk. Maybe
that's because they thought Tuitt wasn't going to retire the next year.
But Benton doesn't strike me the same as Jay Wobble did. Like, he's not on that level. I don't think, anyway.
You want to build out that defensive line, man, with Hayward now in his last year or whatever. If you got Harmon, then what do you got?
Yeah, that's another place where they need to go in the draft.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, defensive line, probably. I don't know if you draft a tackle or not. Like, how sold are you on what you got late in the season?
One thing is Broderick Jones should have some new life inserted into him when he got a veteran offensive line coach and a almost Hall of Famer offensive line coach.
Okay, so that's fair. Like, maybe Broderick Jones gets a new lease on life with the new coaching staff. But I would also think that this new coaching staff would look back at last year's film and go, okay, Broderick showed some signs of improvement in some spots. Dylan Cook just walked in and took over and played exceedingly well until maybe, the final game against the Texans. I thought Dylan Cook was a great example of how offensive line, more than any other position, maybe other than wide receiver, is where you can find a diamond in the rough. And Dylan Cook was that. I would have no problem going into next year with Dylan Cook as the starting left tackle.
Yeah, true. But you have to I think you go into the season or into the off season here saying, 2 bones, 1 ball. What was that? 2 bones? What? 1 bone, 2 dogs. 2 dogs, 1 bone. I was close. I mixed up my cliches there. 2 dogs, 1 bone.
You had bones and balls after talking about the size of McCarthy's staff. Where's your brain at, Kaboom?
You're the one tweeting about freaking skiers and their freaking injection stuff in their wieners and
That's
stuff.
wild, man. Did you read that story?
No, I plan on not to either.
Apparently, these Olympic ski jumpers, it can make you more aerodynamic, I guess, if you inject your wang with what's this stuff called? Some kind of hyaluronic acid or something.
Man, that wang is straight out of the 80s.
Wang, Schlongberger. Got all kinds of terms for it. Who the hell, really? That's the length, literally, that you're willing to go to try and win a medal in Olympic ski jumping? What does a gold medal in Olympic ski jumping get you? Honestly.
I mean, I didn't read this. How does it get you more? Is it like get you across the finish line quicker?
No. So listen.
I don't know. I don't want to read it. I don't want to see pictures.
It has something to do with the surface area of the suits that they're allowed to wear. Look. It's hard to read past the opening paragraph of dudes are injecting stuff into their junk. That's where I had to hit pause and go, how much of this do I want to read? And I read enough to get the gist of it has something to do with aerodynamics and surface area.
Did you look at it and say, well, is this real, or do I have to go make sure this is a real story?
No, I saw Tone retweet it. And
come on now.
That's when I went and read it. And I was like, wait a second. This is from a legit news source. This is the big story going into the Olympics.
I'm always skeptical on everything. Did you make your little caricature of yourself that's floating around the internet?
No, I haven't done that.
You see those things?
Yeah,
every person looks like a freaking model.
What's
how you look like?
I want you to do one of yourself now, just to see how it turns out.
A freaking model. It's like, glamour shot. It's like, look at me. It's like, no, you don't look like that.
My wife didn't post one, but she did one just out of curiosity and showed it to me. I was like, I would bang that cartoon. I would hit that.
What I'm saying is, it is. I don't even know how you do it.
I don't either.
Is it an AI thing?
I think so. Everything's AI now, man. Unless you need something in your house painted, you can't have AI cannot paint your house. Higgins Professional Painting can, and they've been doing
what it looks like though before they paint it.
That's true. They've been doing it for 40 years in the Pittsburgh area. Family founded, family owned, family run business. Interior, exterior painting, commercial, industrial as well. They'll do it all. They'll do the drywall repairs. They'll do a color consultation if you want as well. They do it all, and they do a fantastic job of it. We appreciate them supporting the program. By all means, reach out to them to get your free estimate. I thought you fell asleep for a second there.
Oh, I got it.
HigginsProfessional.com, or give them a call at 412-344-0480. They've done great work, as you can see right there behind Kaboom and his house. And as soon as they're done with the spacious Kaboly estate, I'll have them over here.
It might be a while.
Once we get our basement fixed up from the leak.
The upstairs really, the living area really needs a splash of color.
Yeah, let the kids finish destroying things for a couple more years.
The problem is the paint's so bad what it's on now. It came with the house. There's like fingerprints everywhere and you can't get it off. It's like,
no, because if you try to wipe it off, it like wipes the paint off. It's
like
crap.
It drives me insane. So
yeah. So if you got a house like Mark's, get a hold of Higgins. They'll take care of you. All right. We mentioned the old boss. One of his good pals was also on the Jim Rome show the other day.
I thought you meant the
Tomlin is currently done coaching. Bottom line, with about a minute to go, done, or done for now?
Well,
like
for
done,
now,
Bill Cowher, or like
I can only talk about now. And he told me and Rondé a while ago, like, I'm done. And I talked to him yesterday, too. He's happy being a dad. And he wants to get himself healthy. Now, let's see what happens in a year, 2, 3. I don't know. Right now, his mindset, I'm done.
Do you think it's about family or something else? Why did he walk away when he did?
Family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's done it. Yeah. And he wants to be a dad. He's like, man, I've spent too many years not being a dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
You don't want to miss that.
So I still stand by my assertion that in a year or two, Mike Tomlin is going to have the itch to get back into it somewhere. I don't care what Jay Glazer's basically alluding to that there.
Isn't
a year or 2 or 3, who knows?
All of his youngest kids in college. If you wanted to be with your family, shouldn't you have been 10 years ago?
Yeah, you would think.
I don't know. It just sounds like Glazer's trying too hard to present a narrative.
Well, he also talked about how this is something Tomlin had decided a while back.
Which is, if it's true, is not good. Not a good look, I don't think.
Why not?
Because it affects the way you go about constructing your team. And we know how darn well he had everything involved in constructing the team. If he knows he's not going to be here in a year, put it this way. I mean, I'll be morbid here. You got 1 year to live, Mac. You're going to do things a little bit differently than if you had like 20 years to live, right?
Absolutely.
That's the way I look at it.
I see what you're saying.
Best for him, or is it best for the organization?
It feels like he coached that way the last 4 or 5 years anyway, though. Like, it was always about this year and right now. It was never about the future, really.
Just strange. I mean, he's showing up. He's doing that gala something at Acrisure. Is it this weekend?
Oh, for the Ireland Fund, yeah.
Media wasn't invited. I guess I have to buy a ticket to go.
You gonna go? You can get all gussied up?
Absolutely not. So
I didn't think so.
I just can't wait till we get past this. I mean, I don't think Tomlin's ever going. I mean, honestly, I don't think he's ever going to do TV. I don't.
I don't know about TV now. I think the networks are probably just trying to get through the Super Bowl period before they really make a push. As for coaching again, I mean, I would be shocked if he didn't end up coaching again.
What is he, 53?
Yeah.
I mean, we thought Cowher would be the same too, but Cowher got a young rock and roll wife and had to work once a week and making decent money in music videos. So he found a different avenue. I don't know if Mike Tomlin would find himself in a music video.
What music video was Cowher in?
His girlfriend, his wife, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
You never saw that?
No, I didn't.
So, same thing. I mean, right now, it sounds like it'd be impossible for him not to come back at some point. But as the years click along, it gets more believable. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, and to your point, too, like for a year or two, he can go watch his daughter's gymnastics meets, okay?
I think he always went there anyways. Their gymnastics are now.
But what's he going to do in a couple of years with an empty nest? And, the kids are all adults. They're all going to be out doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. I don't know.
He's going to be coaching again. 2 years. Mark my words.
I don't think he has any other hobbies.
A year or two.
What other hobbies does he have? I know he's just talking to him from time to time. I know he was a avid boatsman or not a skipper. I guess he did have his boat license.
Is he a sailor? Does that make him a sailor?
I don't know. And he would enjoy that, but I don't know how long he's going to be spending time on the freaking Atlantic Ocean just looking for like bluegill or whatever the hell kind of fish are out there.
Him and McDermott out there doing some deep sea fishing together.
I mean, after a while, I don't know. He maybe get tired of that. You know what you do when you go on a boat like that? You just booze, right?
Yeah, he's going to get bored, is my point. He's going to get bored and want to get back into coaching.
Unless he finds a different avenue.
Doing what?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe he will be. Maybe he'll become a real estate mogul. I don't know. Maybe he'll be just a professional speaker. Those guys make a lot of money.
It's a 4-bedroom, lots of extra space. Don't unpack your bags on the bed of the collective.
Well, it's a 3-bath. It's a standard when it comes to bathrooms in here.
He'd be a terrible real estate agent. You
wife
wouldn't know what you were getting.
His wife has to be upset because her whole business was surrounded around his sayings. Now there's no more sayings to have.
She can still sell those things. You did mention to me when we were texting this morning, apparently Danny Rooney is making the media rounds out there.
I saw him on NFL Network. I think Alan Saunders had him out there.
Uh-huh.
Mostly he's pushing the draft narrative, the draft coming here. So that's probably last year was Ireland was his responsibility. Now it's the draft he's talking for. But one thing is undeniable. He's out there more in front of the camera, more in front of people's faces now. Maybe this is that next step. Hey, you got to do this now before, he turns over. I mean, he was talking about how many different jobs he had in sports, but I don't know how that wasn't known already. He's held every single job possibly other than, he played high school and college. He was a coach. He was a scout. He was and just a little bit of everything to do with the business. So, But I did notice, obviously, at the Tomlin, Art Rooney, whatever it was, press conference, he was there. He was there with the introduction of Mike McCarthy. He was on the side, but he was there. And now he's talking to media at Super Bowl Row, Radio Row. So,
Well, Art is getting close to the age where his father not relinquished control. That makes it sound like he totally walked away.
Control from him, to be honest with you.
Well, Dan was also going over to Ireland to become the ambassador there.
Yeah.
So that was a big part of it. But still, that was the point. I think Dan would have been around, it was right around his 77th birthday, I think, when he took the ambassadorship. So
really?
Art's 73.
Huh.
Yeah. So Art's 73. I don't know. If I were 73, I'd want to just kick back and relax. I don't think I'd want to spend too much time worrying about coaches and players and everything that goes into it. At a certain point in the not too distant future, Danny Rooney is going to take over.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll be, like I said before, I don't think it's going to be some kind of, turnover of a deed. Hey, we're having a conference call.
No, it'll just, no,
I don't think it's going to be anything like that.
No, I don't think so either. It wasn't that way when Dan handed control to Art, really. Or when Dan took over from his dad. Like, it just...
I mean, you got a kid who... What's Danny, 30? 36? I don't even know.
So when he's 40, maybe?
I mean, he's been to business school in Philly, was at Wharton Business School. He got the whole business aspect of it. He has the inner workings of everything. I mean, he's been prepping him to take over this job.
His whole life, probably.
Decade now. Yeah, decade at least.
I will be curious. I don't know Danny Rooney at all.
Really,
but
he's really a nice guy.
I'll be curious to see how much he's willing to sort of strike out and do things differently than his dad did.
You imagine he would. I mean, there's the core values are still going to be there, but he is still his own guy with his own thoughts.
Right, but the core values are, in some cases, what's held things back during the second tenure.
But a lot of those core values have now been changed with Omar involved too. The only thing they really keep, active that they had in the past was not negotiating contracts in season. That's had all to do with Mr. Rooney, Dan.
I'm thinking more about like 50,000 foot view organizational issues like practice facility, stadium, things like that.
Well, the stadium's getting upgraded right now as we speak.
So is that going to be enough then to satisfy the Steelers that they could be comfortable staying in there for another 15 or 20 years?
Oh, they're going to start adding some more places where they can generate revenue.
Some club seats and that.
I think they're going to eventually kick us out of the media or press box and put us and make somewhere else to go, because that's prime location for some nice boxes.
They're going to make you sit up in 523 on the bleachers.
And you know how Dallas and Atlanta and a lot of these people, even I think the hockey guys do. They have those bars or with the windows as they walk out the stadium.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland might have it. I think they're in the process of building one in the bowels of for a stadium there too. I don't know when it'll be. I don't think it'll be done this year. I'm not quite sure. They're going to have some club down there that will generate revenue too. So
practice facility though is something we've talked about before. Like
the lease is up in 4 years, 3 years, 4, something like that.
So if you're going to start talking about something new, now's the time to do it. The question would be, where's it going to go?
That's where they hired Morehouse a couple years ago. I'm pretty sure that's his job of trying to find somewhere to go. I mean, you have to get out of that facility. I do believe I'm making up a word here. Surprise, surprise. It's unupgradable. Right? You can't upgrade that place anymore.
There's no room. There's nowhere to go.
You're shoving 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound box, right? Just doesn't work.
I would not be shocked if during the Danny Rooney era there's a move to the northern suburbs. Wouldn't be shocked at all.
If you talk about holding tradition true,
right?
I don't think they would want to go out of the Pittsburgh city limits.
Where are you going to go then?
I don't know.
On the other side of the river?
There's a whole hell of a lot of space in
over to Hazelwood.
I mean, Wexford's a city. Nah, I guess it's not the city limits.
No, it's not. It's county. It's not city.
You could have went just across the freaking street, but that's all bought up now. McKeesport.
I like your Century 3 Mall idea.
I think that's the case. They're perfect. Right next to the Allegheny County Airport. Perfect. Got some housing. Maybe our property values will go up.
The last thing anybody with the last name Rooney wants to do is navigate traffic on 51.
Not to go on 51.
How else are they going to get back to the North Hills?
Who says they live in the North Hills? I think Art lives on the freaking Mexican War streets, doesn't he? North side.
Okay, North side.
Whatever.
Yeah, you think he wants to drive over the West End Bridge every day?
How many times does he have to go to get on his private plane at the Allegheny County Airport and fly somewhere?
I don't know.
5 minutes. Boom, boom. Boom. Hey,
boom, boom, boom.
If he wants to, I can make this game room into a little.
It's not big enough, and they can't work in those conditions with that tiny furnace. What are you talking about?
Oh shoot! I dropped the football. Very lima sweet of me.
All right, one more thing before we start to wrap up, and thanks to our good friend Arch for supporting the show as well.
Big Sunday for Arch.
Big Sunday. You're looking for a place to go watch the Super Bowl and not have to listen to people yap in your ear the whole time. You want to concentrate on the game, have some wings, have an ice cold iron or IC light. By all means, Archie's is Pittsburgh's best place for food, drinks, and sports, and the big game. Get on down there on Sunday. 80-cent wing nights, Monday through Thursday nights as well. Great menu of burgers, flatbread pizzas, sandwiches, all of it. And like we mentioned, always drink specials, including that ice cold iron on draft. Get on down to Archie's, whether it's Sunday for the game or really any night of the week. Watch some Olympic hockey down there. Anything.
2:00 Super Bowl Sunday.
That's the spot to be.
2:00. You know what? We got some sponsorships open here. I'm thinking maybe down the street get Duffy's to come here because every time my kids now are obsessed with going to Duffy's to buy candy. Can we go buy candy? $15 for like 3 packets of candy. I'm like, what?
That was the smartest thing Duffy's ever did was making 2 massive candy and snack aisles that are right by the registers. So dad goes and gets his case of beer and the kids happen to be with him. Guess what's happening? Like you said, you're spending another $20 on candy and snacks.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's like, I want to buy freeze-dried Starburst. What the hell is that? $5.
All right, since you complained about Hall of Fame voting earlier, you also brought up the idea 3 guys that we know will be eligible for the Hall of Fame to go on the ballot next year. The Killer Bees, Ben, Bell, and Antonio Brown. Le'Veon Bell's never going in the Hall of Fame. I think we can say that safely and securely.
He needs to, since he can't live on $100 million. I you know what? Not to be a dick or anything, but I know where he could have got $14 million.
Yeah, you dropped that line last time.
I want to keep using that line.
Okay, and Antonio Brown.
First ballot #1 Hall of Famer.
Is a Hall of Fame caliber wide receiver.
No, he is a Hall of Famer, but he's not going to get in.
No, they will make him wait until he's 85 years old before he gets in. He will be one of those Veterans Committee guys who gets in about 40 years.
I mean, just watching, it's only been 5 years or what has it been, 7 or whatever since he's been here. I mean, I would say right now, that he's the best wide receiver I ever saw play. And I even throw Larry Fitz out there too, and some of these unbelievable guys from even the Greatest Show on Turf, whoever you want, Randy Moss. I still think that guy was the best wide receiver I ever saw play. Ever. And he's not going to get in. Absolutely not.
I think he will someday when he's old and gray. I think they'll put him in.
And they'll put, Belichick will still be trying to get in through the.
But Ben, I don't think gets in on the first ballot.
He should. It'd be a travesty.
I think they'll make him wait a year or two.
I mean, him and Eli aren't even comparable in my eyes. Not even.
Okay.
If Breeze is getting in, who has one Super Bowl.
I'm not arguing against Ben Roethlisberger's case as a Hall of Fame quarterback. He is one.
Yep.
And he will be in.
Okay.
I'm telling you, if they're making Belichick wait a year, and if they're going to make Brady wait a year, which may happen, they're going to make Ben wait a couple of years.
Here's the thing about this is Brady's eligible next year, right? Or in 2 years. So if Ben doesn't make it, it's going to be Ben and Brady same class.
Maybe.
So Ben would get in over Brady in your theory?
I don't think he gets in over Brady.
Well, you said if he has to wait a year.
He might wait a couple years, Mark. He might have to wait a few years. I'm telling you.
I don't know how you do that.
We've seen how this goes. Okay? They will not put him in the same year as Brady. Brady will get all the votes. Ben will go in second or third year. Probably third. I want you to look back on this and reference it when we're talking about the 2029 Hall of Fame class. You'll say, well, Mac was right about something.
Let me be a Hall of Fame voter, and I'll vote for freaking Justin Herbert or something. I'm trying to see who else is eligible this year.
The 2027 class?
Next year, whatever the hell it is. Did you, by the way,
it would be.
Did you hear the lady that introduced Vrabel as the coach of the year?
No, I told you I didn't watch a second of the thing.
Oh, and Mike Verbal. She said it multiple times.
Okay, 2027 first-time eligible candidates: Rob Gronkowski, Adrian Peterson,
definite.
Richard Sherman,
potentially definite.
Cam Newton,
no.
Alex Mack, my cousin Alex, Andrew Whitworth. I think Whitworth is a possibility.
Here's the thing with him is now he's so much in front of the media.
That's what I'm saying.
But he was a very, very good player.
He was. I'm not taking anything away from his career. Cam Newton, I don't think is Hall of Fame. Richard Sherman, but not first ballot. Gronkowski,
yes.
First ballot.
Yes.
No question. And he'll give an epic speech that we'll only understand maybe half of.
Yeah. Other than that, all the other ones are.
Adrian Peterson, first ballot?
Yes. Adrian Peterson, absolutely. Ben Peterson, Sherman, bang, 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 Gronk 4.
I'm not asking who you would vote for. I'm asking who you think will get in.
Well, Gronk, definite.
Yes.
I think Ben's, if he's not definite, he's 99% in my eyes.
First ballot.
Yes.
Peterson. I'm not asking your vote. I'm asking if he actually gets in.
Gronkowski, Peterson, Sherman, definite. Ben, very, very likely. Wow. After that, I don't even know who got left off this year.
I'd have to go back and go through the whole list. Hines Ward is not getting in.
Who was the 15 finalist?
Hold on. Let me look it up since I got to do all the work here. Let's see. And now all I can find is links.
Eli.
Hold on. Here we go.
Frank Gore.
Hall of Fame list and vote.
Marshall Yonda, maybe.
Jahri Evans, Steelers' new assistant offensive line coach. He did not get in this year. He was eligible. I don't know. Do any of these guys on the finalist list who didn't get in, do they get in?
Maybe Eli. Frank Gore probably deserves it. Marshall Yonda, I always thought he was unbelievable, but he's still a guard.
I mean, there's not a ton of standout names on the list that'll get carried over to next year, I don't think.
Maybe Jason Witten, but you're not going to put Jason Witten in if you put in Gronk.
So Willie Anderson, Marshall Yonda, and Terrell Suggs will be automatic finalists next year.
I bet you Sherman's definitely in there.
Maybe Ben does get a first ballot.
No, how about that?
I don't think it'll happen. but maybe there's a better shot than I originally thought.
You know, if Ben, we know you're watching this.
Yeah. What's up, Ben?
You need to start hitting the media hard. Be on every podcast possible. You could probably start by coming on this one.
Probably.
Get your name out there, and so everybody
remembers
you.
Yep.
That's what you need to do, Ben. So I'm giving you some advice.
Free advice. Free media planning advice from Mark Kaboly and his crooked camera. All right. Before we wrap up.
It's not crooked.
You just made it more crooked. You hit it with the football, you made it crooked, and then you tried fixing it, and now you
doesn't make any sense to me because now my camera is crooked, but it's even behind me.
Your desk must be crooked then. Super Bowl picks. Let's make them.
Jim Schwartz is not going to be a coach anymore.
Really? Is that just breaking now?
Yeah. He's resigned, and the Browns aren't going to let him out.
He can go fishing with Tomlin and McDermott. Super Bowl 60. I think this is going to be a boring game. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hope the food is good wherever you're watching the game. I hope you get some level of entertainment from your halftime show of choice, because I could see Seattle not jumping out to a big lead early, but just getting a lead and then just slowly suffocating the game, forcing the Patriots into some mistakes, particularly Drake May, and sort of just gradually putting distance between themselves and the Patriots. I got 31-13 Seattle as the final.
Holy hell.
Maybe even a defensive MVP, but I think the smarter bet is probably like a Kenneth Walker.
Who's a free agent?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to pick Seattle, but I don't want to pick New England. Can I just do a tie or something? Both of those teams. I mean, it's just not an interesting Super Bowl to me. Seattle's boring. In New England, nobody wants to see New England win.
No.
I mean, I'll just pick Seattle.
Okay.
24-20, just for the fact that.
You think it's going to be that close?
I don't like New England. No. I don't like New England fans for the most part.
But you think it's going to be that close a game?
Yeah, I think it will be. We're acting like the Patriots stink now. Patriots.
No. I don't think the Patriots stink.
In a row.
I think their defense in particular during the playoffs has been really good. I think there is a better than zero chance that maybe they force Darnold to look like old Darnold a little bit. And if they do, then they do have a chance to win. But I do think that's highly unlikely. And I think the quarterback that's more likely to make the mistakes is May, because the Seattle defense is ridiculous.
I will guarantee this, and I will put all the money I have in the world on this prediction.
What?
Halftime show. Half the people will hate it. Half the people will love it.
That's always a solid bet.
That's it.
Okay.
Boy, this was the worst show ever. I can't believe they're doing it. Boy, this was just unbelievable. I guess it'll be third ones like me. I don't really care either way.
You won't even watch it, will you?
Although, I've tried to figure out all the halftime shows I was at live. I was at Lady Gaga, which was
how was that? Is that the one where she came down from the ceiling?
Yes. Coldplay, awful.
Really?
Yeah, Coldplay.
Yeah, I know.
Rolling Stones.
They were a little past.
Yeah, Black Eyed Peas was really bad.
Ooh, yeah, no, thanks.
I'm trying to think of the other one I went to. Black Eyed Peas. Which one was in Dallas? Was that Black Eyed Peas? Stones was in Detroit, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, Stones were in Detroit.
Who was in Tampa?
No idea. Hold on. Again, I've got to do the research, because
you do something.
Yeah, I don't do anything else around here. Hold on. Tampa would have been. That was 43, right?
Yep.
So that would have been. Come on, scroll, baby, scroll. Oh, that was The Boss.
Was it?
Bruce Springsteen.
I have no recollection of that.
Huh. Let's see. You would have been at that one. You would have been at the Rolling Stones, like you said.
Black Eyed Peas must have been in Dallas. And
Black Eyed Peas was Dallas, yeah.
then we had Coldplay with Super Bowl 50, I want to say.
Coldplay was, Super Bowl 50.
And Lady Gaga may have been 49. Maybe?
No, 51.
51, okay.
In Houston.
That was my 5 Super Bowls I attended. How would I rank those?
Well, obviously you can't rank Springsteen because you don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't think I was a big fan of any of those. I'm a little disappointed. This was all set up for a good Metallica one.
I know.
Santa Clara.
I got nothing against Bad Bunny. Nothing at all. But yeah, it was tailor-made for a Metallica halftime show.
Well, at least.
And then is it next year in Miami? Am I wrong?
No, I thought it was in L.A.
Is it?
I think they're just moving down the coast. Then they're going to go to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
I don't see that happening.
Not with the LED lights.
No, I don't see that happening. Hold on, are you sure it's L.A. next year?
I thought it was.
Once again, Matt will do the research.
The thing is I don't really look at Super Bowls because there's very limited chance.
Wow. What a shot you're taking.
Where are they at? LA?
No, I said you. You're taking a shot here, talking about how you're not going to go. Yeah, next year's SoFi.
Oh, so I was right.
You were right, yeah. I'll give you credit for that. The year after that is Atlanta. So
Atlanta's a nice stadium and all. But Chick-fil-A's closed on Sundays. That makes it very difficult inside that building. Number 2 is it's not a very accessible building, as in the roadways and the infrastructure.
Well,
so that'd be interesting. No yeet yet. I'm going to try to find yeet out later today.
What's yeet?
The tight ends coach might be. I don't know.
Oh, is that worth a yeet? A tight ends coach?
It very well could be.
Okay.
But if it's who I think it might be.
Oh.
You're like, oh, this is interesting.
Really?
But I don't know.
You want to drop a hint? You want to drop a little breadcrumb there?
I'm dropping no breadcrumbs.
Dwayne D said, neither halftime show is going to be worth watching. There, go ahead and defend both sides of the dumb argument.
I'll be in the middle. Although
I'll be eating.
I like the Snoop Dogg one.
That was the best. You liked that and Prince literally playing Purple Rain in the rain. Those are the 2 best halftime shows. Michael Jackson is a close third.
What was the one where they had the old rocket ship that they just?
I don't remember that one.
There was a Super Bowl 3 or 4.
Oh, the guy on the jetpack.
The jetpack. That's it. Now that was the best. What they really want to do something is bring back our buddy from the what was that 2001 Thanksgiving game in Dallas. That was his name.
Oh, Creed. Yes. That is something everybody can agree on. We need a Creed halftime show. And
Same
we
thing.
need to just recreate the Thanksgiving Day show from what was it? Like you said, 2000 or whatever.
I remember watching that live thinking, what the hell is going on here?
With arms wide open. All
right. I noticed the shirt. It was like number 11, Stapp, or whatever the hell his name is. I'm like, oh, he's wearing a Danny White shirt. No, he's not.
No. All right. That's going to do it for today. We'll be back early next week. We'll break down whatever happens in the big game and whatever else is going on with the Stillers and their coaching staff. And we'll be.
Hey, we got 3 weeks away from the Combine.
Yep. Combine is right around the corner. Free agency right after that. And before you know it, everybody will be parking on your lawn for the draft. So it's all right around the corner. Best place to be for all of it right here, Kaboly+Mack. Follow on your social media. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. Enjoy the game on Sunday. Have a great weekend. Maybe we'll talk Olympic hockey. Maybe we get, don't give me a thumbs down on Olympic hockey. Come on. You got fired up for the 4 Nations face-off earlier this year. Don't.
I just like to whatever their name, Chuck Brothers beating the hell out of everybody. That's the only thing I liked about that.
Maybe we get a little more during the Olympics. We'll see. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll talk again.